history. Craziest week in the history of mixed martial arts ever.
I'm gonna give up. I'm honestly done. My emotions have been
crazy.
My emotions have been twisted too much, and I blame the UFC. I feel
Blame the UFC.
the UFC did this to me.
No, Conor McGregor did this to us, guys.
Well,
Conor
he's not
motherfucking McGregor did this to us.
I'm talking about an all-encompassing of everything because Conor McGregor is responsible for 3 fights that I'm very upset about. Actually, one fight that I thought could have been
3-4.
could have been a freaking fight of the night, which I think was a Michael Chiesa versus Showtime Pettis.
That was going to be a great fight.
I thought that was going to be.
So was Borg Moreno.
Yeah, and now I wasn't too, but it's a great fight still.
And Lobov Caceres I was looking forward to.
That was actually a really great fight.
So that's 3 fights that are directly off because of Conor McGregor's actions.
Correct.
And now, as it would have it, Max Holloway tried to do this fight on just 6 days' notice.
Trying to cut the weight. By the way, man,
A lot of people thought he would have a hard time doing this.
I want to just.
And he did.
Cutting weight is so hard. He came in.
Extremely. It's the hardest thing to do in our sport.
And he came in at 171. Was supposed to lose about 16 pounds.
And
it's hard.
It's fair to point out too. He was still trying to cut up until the very last minute, and the New York State Athletic Commission are the ones that walked in and said, "No, we're stopping this." I guess reportedly, they were very apprehensive all week of this weight cut. So okay, that's terrible. So what does the UFC do? Well, have no fear. Anthony Pettis is on weight, and by all accounts, is on weight and ready to fight, right? Because Chiesa's out because of the glass in his face.
Yeah, so that's kind of, you can play that up, past champ versus new champ. This kind of weird thing.
Possibly new champ.
Yeah, possibly new champ.
This was going to be the saving grace, right? It was going to be Pettis and Khabib. Well, supposedly what I'm hearing is Pettis wanted more money, and I understand why. Now it's a title fight, main event.
Can I get a little more coin for this?
The UFC countered with less money, and basically that was that. So then you go to Plan B or Plan C or whatever this plan was, Plan Paul Felder. That's a good move. A lot of people think, I'm included. Paul Felder is, he's a serious guy.
He could easily be in the top 15.
Easy.
I think he could even make a case for the top 10.
Well, here's the thing, though. The New York State Athletic Commission, they say, no, he's not ranked. We won't let him fight for the championship. Are you kidding me?
Can I walk off?
The rankings?
Can I walk off from this weekend?
I mean, really, this is terrible. So now maybe Raging Al Iaquinta is going to get it. That's the latest.
He'd be a fun champ.
That's what we're hearing, but who knows? Honestly, as of right now, this live stream, we don't know. No one knows what's going on.
No, I am.
So
okay,
and it's 12:27 Central Time right now.
So let's break down this bullshit.
Okay.
The whole weekend in chronological fucking order of a fucked week we've had. Sorry,
Started Easter. The news about Ferguson.
Ferguson's out. Max Holloway. Now, me and you talked about this. We were ready to break this down. Our theory was so beautiful. As an MMA fan, it actually made you feel better than the Ferguson fight. We believed Max Holloway.
He could do the unthinkable,
beat Khabib, and then it's champ versus champ. Yeah, that's perfect. Or even he loses.
I even wrote a piece on Combat Press about that very thing.
And then
crazy.
Even let's say Max Holloway lost. Well, then we get Khabib versus Conor. It's a definite. I thought that was a way funner matchup than Tony Ferguson, only because I just feel that Ireland versus Russia type feel, and if they could somehow get it in Russia, I thought that was going to be even more exciting. So that was a cool storyline. And then Conor effing McGregor comes out of nowhere acting like a 90s hip hop artist storming the castle.
Oh, heck, like something.
Oh my God, dude. When I was watching that, part of me was so disappointed.
It's crazy, man.
And then the other part of me went, this is hilarious. It was he threw a dolly at the truck, and I'm just watching.
Through a window, and that's the one that cut. Glass flew in Chiesa's face.
I hope you're better. I'm not shocked by this though.
Shocked by what?
By his actions.
Really?
I'm really not.
Well, because those are actions of a cocaine addict.
Those are actions of a crazy person. And but crazy people who've been in fighting have done actions like this. We can go back to Sonny Liston whipping out a gun at Muhammad Ali at a casino. He tried to shoot Muhammad Ali like that. That's something that happened. You have Mike Tyson, the shit he used to do before fights, all the fights that would happen before. You know, Mike Tyson being a wild man outside of the ring, and you know, there's just a lot of things that would happen. So it's just finally the UFC had one crazy person go off the edge, and I think Conor McGregor kind of makes sense.
They've had him before. I mean, Rampage had that incident with the truck. Remember when he went crazy, batshit crazy?
Yeah.
But no, this is weird, and I don't like to see it because it really makes our sport look terrible. You know, we fought for such a long time.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure when this, I don't watch the news at all, but I'm sure when this story aired on the news or your local news or ESPN or whatever the hell, I'm sure it wasn't, you know, a detailed assessment of UFC 223 followed by this guy McGregor in this action. I'm sure it was, look what these animals in the fight business do, you know? Yeah. And that's what bothers me about this. I've seen straight through Conor's bullshit since day one. Not a fan, never have been. And wow, I told you so. I love saying I told you so to people because I told you so. This guy's a fucking loose cannon. He's not even that good of a fighter, okay? He's charismatic, and he says a lot of crazy shit. So does Brendan Schaub. Who cares? Who cares? You know, people need to get over their infatuation with this guy. Seriously, he's not even an elite fighter. Okay, so why are we talking about him?
So
he ruined 3 fights. Do you know he almost Rose Namajunas? We
almost got our hand broken.
Right, and the point of this is, we almost lost the championship fight, but that's a woman. There were women on that.
I have a lot of issues with
sisters.
I have a lot of issues with what he did, and I have a lot of issues.
Fucking raving lunatic,
just doing crazy.
What bothers me is that he was only charged with 3 misdemeanors. Okay, 1 felony, criminal mischievous conduct. Yeah, you know what he's gonna get? Nothing. He's gonna get fucking fined.
He got money.
He's gonna get fucking fined.
Yeah, he has money.
Disgusting.
That's all that's going. He is a pole, and
he could
unfortunately,
be charged with attempted murder for that.
So this has been the thing. But this has been the thing in sports forever. We have the malice at the palace in basketball. You have
that was crazy.
Yes,
I remember watching.
You had LT back in football going nuts. As long as you can deliver on either numbers or performance, America doesn't care. They do not care about criminal activity. They care about other things.
I think they do. I think they depend on what kind of criminal activity. I think, for instance, America is not a fan of wife beaters. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you apologize.
They let one on the New York Jets, but when he was a kicker for the New York Jets.
Yeah, but look what happened to him after.
He finally got fired. But
America does not, with certain crimes, yes, but America does not like certain crimes. There's certain crimes in this country that you can't bounce back from.
There's
child molestation.
Yeah,
there's not a child molester in the world.
But I'm talking about basic wild man actions.
Have good grace,
like LT.
Yeah,
you know,
if they deliver,
like a Dennis Rodman.
But this guy hasn't delivered in almost 2
years. Yes, no. But are you telling me right now if he didn't hop on a card, that would not be the highest card of the year?
I don't know why it would.
But it is. It's an undeniable fact.
Because people are fucking stupid.
Listen, unfortunately, we live in a place where he is now the star of the UFC. He is. Any casual fan knows who he is. Do I like it? No. Do I think that he had talent and potential and he was a top fighter? Yes. I don't think he's the greatest of all time, but I think he had.
Sure fucking thinks he is.
I think he had a very good skill set that a lot of people couldn't figure out, and he didn't break under pressure. That was like the only thing I could really say he was great at. No matter how high the pressure was, he didn't break.
It's a fucked up thing, man. This whole situation is really, really fucked up. And I kind of half jokingly said that he was on cocaine, but
he probably was.
No, in all seriousness, I do believe that he is under substance abuse.
I think he is too.
Under the abuse of a substance.
You make $100 million in a year. You have had nothing most of your life.
A lifetime.
Yeah, and he is he's a crazy person. Most people in MMA world, and to be able to obtain what he's obtained, like, I don't think he's an elite fighter, but he's done something that a lot of fighters have not done. And to be able to have that much self-confidence in yourself, be able to get yourself to do something that he has done.
I don't think that's real. You guys all talk about this. Get Connor's amazing self-confidence. Listen, when you're really confident, you don't do shit like that. I think it's false, and I think we're starting to see it crumble for the first time.
Well, I just see. Sorry.
I just think that we're starting to see the signs of someone that all of you people thought was this charismatic Irish fighter that didn't give a fuck about anything, and his mind is so yeah, okay, but guess what? He's a fraud, because real people that are really fucking confident, people that are real mobsters, real fucking mobsters, not wannabe gangsters, real motherfucking gangsters. Guess what? You ask them about the mob don't exist. Are you kidding? They don't go around and flaunt shit. You know why? Because they are it. If he was really what he said he was, he wouldn't have to walk around and fucking pretend like it.
That's a point.
And we're starting to see it. You know what I want? You know what's something we can't agree on, and I don't even know if we're going to agree on it because we haven't talked about this beforehand, but I think we will. This morning, I'm taking my kids to school, right?
Yeah.
I made the fucking mistake of putting on the radio. I usually never do, but I turned on the radio, ESPN 1000 this morning here in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And it's fucking Golic and Wingo. And they happen to be talking about the McGregor situation. All right, I'm going to listen for a couple seconds, right? Apollo, I was very quickly reminded why I don't listen to ESPN 1000 in Chicago. They're actually talking about, this was syndicated actually, so this was everywhere, but they're actually talking about how this event was staged, and they think it could be fake.
I could see people who don't know, the casual observer could think that.
This is Golic and Wingo on ESPN throwing these accusations
They're
out there.
Casuals. They shouldn't talk about fighting.
Exactly. And I understand that it's breaking news, so they should. You know, if you're going to talk about it, fine. But listen, you stay in your fucking lane, man. How dare it? Fake? Did you see the fucking videos?
So
and then they went on. Then Golic went on to speculate maybe it just went too far. Suck my fat fucking dick, Golic. Seriously, fuck you, my Golic.
We're gonna make no friend. No, man, extra spicy with the commentary today.
I'm serious, man. So that makes me fucking mad.
I personally
fake.
When it first
suck my fucking dick, my Golic.
Suck his dick from the back. No,
sideways.
So the first time I heard it though, I didn't see the video. I didn't see anything. I just heard it. I go, dude, are they staging some shit? Because that would be cool, like a fight in the back between Khabib. I didn't hear anything else. I just thought he came in.
You saw the video.
When I saw the video, I was like, oh no, this is. You know what it reminded me of? Like 90s hip hop stories. Like you would hear about like Big Pun and Fat Joe throwing people down the stairs, and Jay-Z stabbing his manager and stuff like that. I was like, dang.
And Suge Knight holding.
Yeah, Suge Knight and stuff like that. So it just made me think like, I really think Conor's about that life. Like he is a thug, and that is what he is. And if that's what he is, then
punk,
then I understand him.
I think he's a punk.
I don't necessarily like thugs, but if you know who they are, and I just now know who Conor is. He's a thug. He's a dude who was about that life before, and he's never going to change. Money doesn't change you. It only heightens who you really are. 50 Cent is a biggest example of that. That dude has made so much money, and yet he's the same person. Mike Tyson, he made a buttload of money, but you can't take that. You couldn't take that hood, dirty griminess out of him where he was violent. And Conor McGregor is a violent person, is a crazy person, and is someone who has never cared about the rules and still doesn't care about the rules. And part of that is why he's so successful, but that also can be his downfall. And if he doesn't turn himself around after this, and since I heard Dana White talk about it, Conor kind of justified it in his mind, which makes me think he's not going to turn it around after this.
Not gonna.
He is going to probably have one more fight in the UFC or two more fights.
I don't know if he will.
I think he will because he's just too much of a draw. He'll probably make his money, but that will be his downfall because he is. I can see it now.
Pride
I didn't see this before, but I see it now. If Conor McGregor, after he retires, I guarantee we're going to hear a lot of scandals. Conor McGregor getting arrested. Conor McGregor with this person.
All those
Conor
stories
McGregor going
about
through
him
a divorce.
cheating on his wife, 100%. I believe them to be real.
Oh, well, I believe that before before this situation. Listen, Conor McGregor just seems like he was talking about the Kardashians' asses, like he didn't have a woman at home.
Just to build on what you were saying too about him being a punk, being with his group of guys.
He's a
and
thug. That's
defending.
what he is, and that is fine. But now we know who he is, and now we know how to make sure we don't allow shit like this to happen.
But building off that and going back, tying it into what I was saying about him being full of shit is, man, a real G, a real badass doesn't need 15 fucking of his friends to have his back. A real badass.
Oh, I don't think he's a real G.
Let me
like,
speak.
Yeah,
bro.
sorry.
But a real motherfucker has his own back. Doesn't need to have 15 of his guys. Let's go, buddy. Were you ready? I got my guys. No, a real man could handle his own business one-on-one. Does it? I don't know. It's just, it's so fucked up to me, man. Conor McGregor is a punk, and I'm glad he got arrested. I'm glad they had the video of him being paraded outside of the 78th precinct in cuffs.
Yeah.
I hope that gets some airplay because he's just, what is he even doing in this country anyway? Get him out of this motherfucking country. And I say that because man, if you're going to blatantly break our laws in our country, and you're going to put American citizens in fucking harm's way, then you don't have any business in this country. It's a privilege for him to be in this country and make millions of dollars. It's not a right. He's not a citizen.
No, I know.
So send him back. And I mean that.
Yeah. No,
So call me racist.
It's
Because I don't like Irish people. Yeah. Because I'm a fucking quarter Irish.
falling completely off the tracks, people.
No, it's not.
Nah, the Conor McGregor thing is a complex situation where basically, and no, he's not a real. I'm talking about he's a thug, and when I say thug, a gangster, or they're about that life. I'm talking about dudes that you can go back. They're always rolling with 20, 30 deep, and they're always doing dumb shit.
Yeah,
like
because
this.
they're spoiled bitches
They're dumb street people. They're dumb street people, and that's what it is. And that's what Conor McGregor is. He is a dumb street dude
that has never had to pay for his own consequences. He's never had to deal with consequences for any of his actions.
Because he's a dumb street dude.
Hopefully he will this time. Hopefully.
And most likely he won't, man. Unfortunately, when athletes like this have money, they get out of it. They get out of things like this.
And we still don't know, man. We still don't fucking know what is going on with the main event for.
No, I'm very upset about that.
Yeah, what the hell?
The other thing. Now, what's the next event after this? Pay-per-view.
I have no idea. You're putting me on the fucking spot.
Man. All right. So it's 223, 224.
I think there's. It's actually. I think it is 2 weeks from Saturday. The UFC Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier on the 14th.
You think we get a Khabib on there?
No, I don't think. No, that's a Fox card.
No. 224. I want
224 is in Santiago, Chile. I think. Is it Chile? I think it's in Santiago, Chile. Or Brazil. I don't know.
They're talking about the RDA versus
that's RDA Covington.
Covington fight. Okay.
Yeah. And then 25 is us. 225 is us.
Khabib could just make it. It's enough time for him to get a little fat and then start cutting the weight again. He's already trained. And let's just say that we keep this Max Holloway thing going. Gives him time to cut the weight down to 155 properly.
This whole last couple of 48 hours was just fucked.
Hold up. This might benefit me.
How so?
Listen, let's think about this. They're not going to go all the way to Brazil. Let's cut that out.
Khabib's not fighting there.
But there is 225.
Khabib's not fighting in Chicago. 225.
And they'll fight in Brooklyn, but they won't fight for us.
No, he's not. They're not going to do that.
Why? Why can't I dream? Why do you ruin my
dream? But
this is my dream.
I just don't think they're going to do that.
Well, this would be a decent scenario. Let's say we can't get Khabib a fight. There's no
like we're gonna.
There's no fight for Khabib, and Khabib's like, I want to fight soon. And they're like, okay, well, you want to go to Brazil? He's like, no, I'm not going to Brazil. They have no water, no hot water. I got to cut weight. And then they're like, well, Chicago. He's like, fuck it. I like deep dish pizza. Let's go. Tony Ferguson is not going to be ready by then. That's a torn LCL off the bone. That's going to take him a bit. Then we can then what if Max Holloway's like, you know what? I still want to be champ. Max Holloway then goes, I'm trained. I was going to fight him on this.
And what ifs.
There's a lot of what ifs, but it's actually, if we can't get him a fight and he wants to fight soon, that is the most plausible card to get him on. And Max Holloway would make a perfect, because now you can actually really prep a super fight, a champ fight.
Okay, so real quick before we wrap this up, man, UFC 223. Is this the most fucked up, doomed fight week ever?
No, because it's not canceled, unlike the John Jones cancellation, who he wouldn't fight Chael Sonnen. So if it's still going on, no, this is still a very solid card. I want everybody to know
It
that
really is still a solid.
it's still a very solid card. You have Rose Namajunas,
and Jurchek.
that alone can sell a pay-per-view, in my opinion.
And if Felder didn't get, if the commission would have let Felder fight, then by all accounts, him and Raging Al should still be on.
Oh yeah, so
that's still a great.
So
fight.
Raging Al is still a great fight. Who else is on this card? I know the Mikey Chiesa Anthony Pettis fight is off, but I still think this card.
Bochniak is fighting Habib. There's so many. There's like 3 or 4 really good fights on here. I'm just really bummed that the Chiesa and the Pettis fight got called off.
I thought the
Board Moreno fight. I mean, man, this card. 2 weeks ago, I was super excited about this fight card.
Yeah,
I'm still excited about it.
I'm still excited. Man. It's not the same. You know what though? Michael Chiesa is about to get paid.
Well, all of those they're talking about. McGregor's gonna have some lawsuits.
Oh, he got a broken knuckle. Rose is just gonna probably just file on Pat Barry, dude. He is so lucky Pat Barry was not there.
There is talks of, I've heard this now, that Brandon Moreno at first, because he said, no, I'm fine, and then a couple hours later, he developed glass in his eye. So I'm not saying I believe it, but there is talk that could he be maybe just jumping on the bandwagon to set himself up later on. And if that's
Conor
the case,
McGregor just made $100 million.
I don't blame Ray Borg at all.
Oh, Barclays Center is going to get sued too.
For how?
They could possibly do a lawsuit for
letting the Mac Life guys in.
Letting the Mac Life guys. Someone can blame them.
They were credentialed.
But you see a lot of people can, because then they can be like, well, why is Mac Life credentialed here? Lawyers will try to sue everybody. They'll walk into the room, go, I don't care. I'm just suing I'm going to spin, point. I'm suing you. You were in the room when this happened. So this is people are about to come up. You're gonna see Michael Chiesa in a Conor McGregor suit that he had tailored for him.
You think so?
Yeah, dude, he's gonna be coming in. He's gonna be like, yo, I am now the money fight. I don't even need to fight no more. I got paid.
All right. Well, tell these motherfuckers who you are.
Yo, my name is Taje Mahal. This is my boy, aka Straus. We are the dudes from Did You See That Shit podcast. We are the fastest growing podcast out here. I'm gonna talk my shit. You guys need to go check us out on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Libsyn, pretty much everywhere. And you can also go to our very own website, didyouseethatshit.com. We have all our interviews, all our podcasts there, organized, look all pretty for you. If you just want to listen to the full podcast, you can. If you want to listen to just an interview, you can. They're all there. They're all named because Mike is a fucking G.
We'll have episode 18 up soon with the interviews from that as well. I think we have Corey Anderson and Julio Arce, a couple of UFC guys that we spoke with. And as Apollo said, I am Mike Straus, a.k.a. Straus21. Follow us on Twitter, Snapchat, all that social media bullshit, guys. Until next time, I guess, right, bud?
Yeah.